Keith Urban, a renowned musician and singer-songwriter, was born on October 26, 1967, in Whangarei, New Zealand. He is the youngest child of Marianne and Robert Bob Urban. At the age of 2, Urban's family relocated to Caboolture, Queensland, Australia, igniting his lifelong passion for music. Even at a tender age, Urban exhibited an affinity for music, receiving a ukulele at 4 and subsequently picking up the guitar at 6. His early musical inclinations were influenced by his parents' fondness for country music. Urban's father, who owned a convenience store, took the initiative to advertise a guitar teacher in his shop window, thus marking the beginning of Urban's musical journey. He commenced guitar lessons under the guidance of Sue McCarthy, and soon ventured into local competitions, concurrently participating in a local theater troupe. Urban attributes his guitar prowess to the influence of two esteemed rock musicians, Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits and Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac. In a notable turn of events in 1983, Urban emerged as a contender on the popular Australian TV talent show, New Faces. The subsequent years witnessed Urban's gradual ascent into the Australian country music landscape. He graced the stages of the Reg Lindsay Country Homestead TV program, Mike McClellan's music program, and various other televised productions, often collaborating with local talent Jenny Wilson. Their partnership culminated in a Golden Guitar Award at the prestigious Tamworth Country Music Festival. Urban's performances were a staple at the Northern Suburbs Country Music Club in Bald Hills, where he was an active member. His association with the band Kids Country further solidified his presence in the country music circuit, with performances at diverse venues during school breaks and appearances on shows like The Reg Lindsay Show and Conway Country. A famous country star who is now incredibly successful grew up living a difficult life during childhood. Though he was well-mannered and behaved as a young boy, having gotten into no trouble, fights, or run-ins with the law, this talented musician endured somewhat of a traumatic upbringing as a kid. While sitting down for an in-depth interview about his life and career a few years back, the artist revealed that his parents' tendency to relocate frequently spearheaded the onset of his trauma. The continued uprooting around as a child hindered the musician's ability to have a sense of intimate security regarding family life. In fact, in the same interview, he states that if he could go back and change one thing about how his parents raised him, it would be to live in a house filled with intimacy. When asked to elaborate on what he meant when saying this, the singer disclosed, "My dad was an alcoholic, and I grew up in an alcoholic's house. No intimacy." After revealing that fact, the interviewer asked whether that meant his father would ever get physically violent with him. The country music star clarified that he remembers his dad being a physical disciplinarian and recollected, "I don't recall him ever telling me he loved me as a kid. I did do a gig I thought was fantastic, and the only thing he'd say is, 'When you speak on stage, you've got to slow down.' He never commented on anything else." He continued to assert that as his dad aged, he forgot about the way he disciplined him. However, the musician believes that he genuinely could not recollect what happened in the past. The little boy who grew up with an alcoholic dad is none other than iconic country star Keith Urban, 55. Outside of his incredible skill as a vocalist and entertainer, Urban is also the loving husband to Hollywood legend Nicole Kidman, 56. The pair got acquainted at a Los Angeles event hosted to honor Australians in America in 2005. Following their wedding, Kidman and Urban decided to move to live on a farm during their marriage's first year. Being careful not to follow the same pattern as his father, Urban is an attentive and doting dad who raises his girls on one of their beautiful family ranches in Nashville. Kidman and the New Zealand-born artist have been married for 17 years, having just celebrated their anniversary in June. The Lovebirds are also parents to 2 daughters, Sunday and Faith Kidman Urban, and their doting dad loves being their parent. While speaking about his daughters in a past interview, Urban gushed about his love for them and how incredible he feels being a dad. He was especially excited to become a girl dad, as he had no sisters growing. He has enjoyed the learning curve that comes with parenting young girls. Continuing to speak about his beloved children, Urban divulged how they inspire everything he does. Though they are proud to boast about and express their love for them, Kidman and her husband prefer to keep Sunday and Faith away from the limelight. Urban stated that they do their best to give them a normal life, doing family activities, staying off social media, and refraining from reading tabloids. Now looking back on the moves his parents made, which included a big relocation to Australia when he was 2, Urban said, "They were keeping it together really well, considering starting a completely brand new life in a foreign country, which Australia was to them. They didn't have any money. I am just really impressed at what they were able to accomplish, the 2 of them." Urban has come a long way since childhood and has been blessed with an amazingly fruitful life with his loving wife, Kidman, and beloved daughters. Being careful not to follow the same pattern as his father, Urban is an attentive and doting dad who raises his girls on one of their beautiful family ranches in Nashville.
Chúng ta đã cùng nhau khám phá những câu chuyện thú vị và đáng chú ý về các ngôi sao hấp dẫn. Nếu bạn thích nội dung video của chúng tôi và muốn tiếp tục nhận thông tin mới nhất về các ngôi sao, đừng quên đăng ký, like và để lại comment ở phần bình luận bên dưới. Chúng tôi rất trân trọng mọi ý kiến đóng góp của các bạn để cải thiện chất lượng nội dung trong tương lai. Hãy chia sẻ ý kiến hoặc gợi ý, thắc mắc mà bạn có thể cho chúng tôi những thông tin chính xác hơn trong những video tiếp theo. Cảm ơn bạn đã dành thời gian theo dõi video này. Hãy nhấn like và để lại comment ngay bây giờ để chúng tôi biết rằng bạn đã thích nội dung này. Đừng quên subscribe kênh của chúng tôi để không bỏ lỡ bất kỳ thông tin hấp dẫn nào về các ngôi sao trong tương lai. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn trong những video tiếp theo. Chúc mọi người một ngày vui vẻ và thú vị.